Mr. Chairman, we are recording and we're live on YouTube, and Mr. Wolk is still connecting. So if we could just wait for a moment to begin.
Hello, Mary. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Alex. Thank you.
Okay.
Is Mr. Gallo still signed on? I think we've lost Bernie. Here we go. Here, he's coming back.
We're missing Matt.
We're missing Matt, yes. Bernie, oh, there you are. Okay. Maybe I should call Matt.
Yeah, I don't have my phone on me. But could you, Mary?
I do. I'll do that right now. I just want to mute myself. Matt Rose will be joining us momentarily.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I just had to get off another Zoom call.
No problem. No problem. You ready, Mary?
We are. Thank you.
Okay, I'll start the meeting. Let's call the meeting to order. The Environmental Impact Commission meeting on Wednesday, October 13th at 7 p.m. It's a web-based meeting hosted on Zoom. We'll start with roll call. Mary? Dr. Mary?
Here, finally.
Okay. Matt Rose?
Here.
Alex Wolk?
Here.
We have a quorum. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is accepting the minutes of September 22nd, 2021. Everyone in attendance can vote on it this evening. Dr. Mary,
Yes.
Um,
Matt
ex-
Rose,
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, can we have a motion to accept the minutes?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Motion from someone?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll
Is there a
second. I'll second.
No discussion. All those in favor say aye. That'd be it. Roll call vote. Dr. Mary,
yes.
okay. Matt Rose,
Aye.
Alex Wolk,
Aye.
Craig Ellis, aye. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is old business. Regulated activity 1135, Peter O'Shea. There's someone here representing Peter. A lot of names up there. I can't see who's who.
Excuse me, Ralph, you are muted. Can you unmute?
I know,
Yeah.
I always shut myself off. I'm sorry. Good evening for the record, Ralph Gallagher representing the applicant, Mr. Peter O'Shea, regarding an addition and a new septic for an existing 3-bedroom dwelling on approximately a little bit more than a half an acre on Lake Candlewood at the address of 5 Oak Lane. We had presented this at the previous meeting. We are pretty good distance from the lake. However, it's a steep slope. We have double silt fence. And we propose to put the addition in the only place that it could go due to the septic and the slope and the other angular problems with the lot. So
Yep.
if the commission remembers my presentation, I don't have to redo it. If you'd like to.
No, you don't have to. We have a
Pardon me?
report on this. Have you seen the report?
Yes,
Have you seen the report?
I have seen the report,
Yeah,
yes. We should have
Do
Mr.
you have any
Janney go
comments?
through it.
We have a summary ruling with 5 conditions.
Mhm.
Richard, you're all set with this?
I am all set. It looks good. As long as the erosion and sedimentation controls are maintained and checked regularly, I don't see an issue.
Thank you. Motion to accept is in order.
Motion to accept, motion to accept regulated activity 1135, 5 Oak Lane
With the 5 conditions.
with the 5 conditions of approval.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any remarks? I'll try your minds. Dr. Mary,
Okay.
Matt Rose,
Yes.
Alex Wolf,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Motion carries. You're all set. Ralph,
Thank you very much.
Next item on the-
ladies and gentlemen.
you're welcome. Next item on the agenda is 1136, Philip Taubman. Is Mike here?
Yes, good evening.
Mike, we have a report on this. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Any problems?
I have none.
Okay. Motion is in order to approve with a summary ruling and 7 conditions.
Motion to approve a summary ruling with 7 conditions of approval, regulated activity 1136, 130A West King Street.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to approve summary ruling with 7 conditions, 130A West King Street. Any remarks? Finding none, I'll try your minds. Dr. Mary,
Okey dokey.
Matt Rose,
Yes.
Alex Wolf,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Thank you. Motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night. Next item on the agenda is number 1137, Lewis Allen Drive. Rich, I think you had some more to do on this.
Yep, still reviewing that. Dynas and I are actually going to go out and do a site walk on Monday, just to kind of get a better lay of the land. And I do want to take a deeper dive into the previous approval to understand what the conditions are on there.
Yeah, that's the one that had 19 conditions, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. I think it's 16.
This was approved for you other commission members. It was approved in 2003 with 19 conditions. And they never built on it or anything, so they're back again. That's what we're discussing. Anybody have any questions on this? Dynas, you want to report anything on this, or you?
If I may, for the record, Dynas Verbicus, professional engineer with Artel Engineering. We had initially gone through the review and approval process with the EIC nearly 20 years ago on this. And pretty much that's kind of where I stepped out. The property was purchased by another developer, and my involvement was not too much, but I did see Lewis Allen Drive, that the crossing get put in for Lewis Allen Drive, and then to my surprise, when I did go out to this property, the large crossing that was required for this driveway was already installed, and it's there today. Just don't take a step to the right or to the left because it's a tall one. So I think, part of what'll have to happen is some railings on top of that crossing. And then once we get into the site, the development itself should be pretty straightforward. I got retaining walls and such, but no loss of wetlands based on what we're proposing. But Richard and I'll go out on Monday. We'll take a look and report back to the commission, and hopefully all will go well.
Okay, thank you. Any commission members have any questions, remarks? If not, I need a motion to table until our next regular meeting at 10/27/21.
I make a motion that they table it to the date you just.
Until 10/27/21.
27, yep.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to table regulated activity 1137 until 10/27/21. Try your minds. Dr. Mary,
Yes.
Matt Rose,
Yes.
Alex Walk.
Yes.
Yes. Motion table. Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Next item on the
Have a good
agenda
night.
is. You too, thank you. Next item on the agenda is regulated activity 1139, Summit Development 100 Reserve Road. Tom, is that you?
That's me, Mr. Chairman. Good evening,
Do you have
Mr.
anything
Chairman.
for us?
For the record, Tom Beecher and I represent SC Ridge Owner LLC. With me tonight are Paul Zamansky, who's the project engineer, Mike Basile from SC Ridge, and also Abigail Adams, who is our landscape architect on this project. It's my understanding, although they're both here, that Paul and Richard spoke today, and I think Richard still needs to complete his review of the project. So I'm not sure whether it makes any sense for us to really do much tonight until he's had a chance to finalize the review. And I think maybe Paul and Richard were going to meet as well.
Okay. Sounds fine. That sounds good. Richard?
Yep, no, Paul and I spoke earlier. Still in the review process, and I do want to take a closer look at Miss Adams's plan there. We just received that today, but then Paul and I will meet and kind of go over the finer details, and we'll
Is this the one
report back.
This is the one we walked before, you and I, Rich?
Yes, sir.
I think with Paul, we did.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, motion to table to our next regular meeting at 10/27/21 is in order.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to table regulated activity 1139 until the next regularly scheduled meeting on October 27th.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to table regular activity 11:39 till our next meeting on 10/27/21. Try your minds, Dr. Mary,
Yes,
Matt Rose,
Aye.
Alex Wolk,
Yes,
and yes. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your time, guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
thanks.
Under new business. Regular activity 1140. So Mr. Castro, Ralph Gallagher is the agent. Ralph, you still here?
I am still here, Mr. Chairman. For the record, Ralph Gallagher, representing the applicant, Mr. Castro, who's here with us this evening.
Good night, mister.
As you may know, as the commission may know, the property consists of approximately a third of an acre on the north side of Southern Boulevard between Terrawell Lake Road and Sunset Drive. There was some filling, Mr. Castro did some filling on the north side of the property, and I got very close to the property line and to the wetlands toward the rear. The plan and proposal is, as you see it, we had Jim McManus mark the wetlands. We had Paul Hyro locate the wetlands and the fill. And the proposal is to pull the fill back from the north side of the property 10 feet, from the east side of the property 5 feet, and then slope it back up at a reasonable slope of 2 to 1, stabilize everything, and plant whatever the commission deems necessary to plant in it, and the buffer between the wetlands and the slope. So
I've been out there several times and he's dumped a lot in the back wetlands. Even though it isn't his property, there's a lot of wood and nonsense back there that has to be cleared out. I don't think 10 feet back is enough.
well, it doesn't seem to be any fill in the wetlands. I mean, there may have been
But he's dumped
some erosion,
some
yeah.
trees, yeah. Well, he's dumped some trees and stuff in their wetlands. It's gotta come out.
Yeah, anything like that would have to come out. You'd have to obviously get permission from the neighbor to do it, but
Right.
I'm
Right.
sure we could do that.
Okay, you can put that in your,
We could put that in the proposal. That's, I could represent that and we could put it in the, I have a big note. I have a big note, Mr. Chairman, on the plan. It says, it's actually a biggest note on the plan. It says remove fill off-site if required to original grade with owner's permission. I don't think there's a lot of fill or any fill off-site. I think there's some erosion, but,
well, there's some trees that were cut down and dumped back there.
yes, there's trees.
That
that
has
are
to
removed.
come out. Yeah, so that needs to come out if you could put that on your plan.
Okay, you can put that on the plan. There's a soil
Do we have any
stockpile.
questions?
We show a soil stockpile area because we don't propose to convey each bucket into a truck and take it off site. It was proposed to pile it up and then take it off, as the pile gets big.
I understand there's one maple tree and that isn't in very good shape back there because of all of this. Have you noticed that?
I had not noticed that, no.
When you're there, would you take a look, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything? Richard, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a bit of fill. This has been, we need to get some kind of a resolution. I will continue to check in periodically. I have been over the course of the last couple of months periodically checking in and making sure that there is no further filling or regulated activity conducted on that property as well.
Do we have a request for a permit?
I have not received a request for an erosion permit or excavation permit yet, no.
We're waiting to get this approval, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I will say one other thing. I overlaid the 2012 City of Danbury topography over Paul Hyro's existing topography. Luckily, they were in the same system. And it shows, I couldn't believe it myself, but it shows in that corner, there's only about 4 to 5 feet of fill over the original. So there must have been a plateau and a drop off of the fill prior to Mr. Castro filling further, but I couldn't find an area where it was more than a 5-foot fill. I mean, not that 5 foot is a little bit, but I mean, when you look over that bank and you think that it was filled, you're thinking 10 or 15 feet, and that's not the case.
Yes, yes. Okay. All right, at least you're working on it. That's good. Anybody else have any questions on this? Okay, I think we should table this till our next meeting and see where we're at then. We have a motion to table until 10/20/27/21, please.
I'll make a motion to table regulated activity 1140 to the next scheduled meeting, 10/27/2021.
I'll second that.
Second,
Motion made and seconded to table regulated activity 11/1140 till our next meeting at 10/27/21. Roll call again, Dr. Mary,
Yes,
Matt Rose,
Aye.
Alex Wolf,
yes.
myself is a yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ralph.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good one. No administrative approvals, nothing, no violations, no correspondence. Adjournments in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion made, second to adjourn. Any remarks? Finding none. Dr. Mary,
yes.
Matt Rose,
I'm going to abstain.
Alex Wolf.
Yes.
There you go. I know they insist that I do this on every motion, so we just have to put up with it till it's done. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
meeting.
Thank
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Night.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.